This is how your average Ralsei plush owner behaves in regards to their son. Versus what the average Spamton plush owner does on the regular to their unwanted child. Despite, spending the money on that, I think they did it specifically to have something to vent their frustrations on. I can't play the song that was in the TikTok originally, but I pulled up RXK Nephew for this shit. That's the 12 Stout Street guy. Hey again, fellas, and welcome back to With a Y, and today I want to talk about a Deltarune-centric topic. I'm gonna be really honest with y'all, I am going through a bit of a phase at the moment where I can't stop thinking about it, and I was very tempted to just do like a week or two straight of uploads on this channel, dedicated entirely to that, but then I realized I'd probably corner myself into a market very hard. The good thing is we upload a lot here, so I'll try to limit it to at most every other day, but I don't know, man. Expect some on topics adjacent to this. There might be like some crackpot fan theory stuff, but it's probably just gonna be mostly communities acting in really funny ways in corners of the internet. And I'd like to start on this one. The Ralsei versus the Spamton plush owner. The TikTok I just showed you is like a supercut of a bunch of some of the things that people have been doing. We'll go through Ralsei first because I feel like you guys are gonna need the lead-in before we get to the absolute brutality put on to Spamton.
He was bored of my house, so he begged me to bring him someplace fun. We went to the playground. Whee! Go on, Ralsei. He's having so much fun.
How are you getting it to stay on that damn thing, man? I can't believe at the park as kids they had us riding shit that looked like plungers. And like, he's clearly enjoying himself because he's actually staying on the ride. Like, Ralsei could have gotten off at any time at this point and not be stopped, but they're literally taking the little plush out to the park like it's a dog on a walk, or it's like a kid who wants to go see the neighborhood friends. I don't know what kind of like government money Toby Fox has been getting to create the perfect little specimen for people to adore in a lab. And a lot of what has been said is like the way people treat their different plushies based on the character it is, they're doing what Toby would have wanted, I guess. But it's almost like too effective to some people. Like, people love Ralsei so much that he gets plushies every single chapter merch drop. He's got 2 in this next one. Actually, that one's secretly Asriel. Insane stuff, right? I can't believe they do that. And we'll get back to the positive stuff in a second here, but some people are calling him a gluttonous fiend, ravenous. An upswell of anti-Ralsei sentiment has very much been in effect recently. Still, that won't stop existing parents from enjoying their little guy. This motherfucker is playing GTA with his plush. Now, to be clear, I am not immune to the propaganda. I have all 3 sets of the Ralsei plush meant to come out and or restock on notifications so I can find out exactly when they come in. Shame the whole fun gang can't be here, but certain things can't be helped. Like, you got motherfuckers tucking their little fella into bed, taking off their glasses so they don't hurt their face when they're asleep. I've seen people who take off the scarf every night and then tie it back around the thing's head in the morning for his maximum comfort, and so he lives the most optimal life. I would say some of these plushies live a better life than like 40% of the country right now. Like, look at this shit. That, like, the image itself is adorable. Like, again, I'm not immune to propaganda. It worked on me, man. Shit, I'm in the middle of the throes of the disease at the moment. But like, they got him a little drink, they tucked him under the blanket, and he's just peering over with a whimsical little look on his face. It's not fair. And look at this greedy fuck over here. I'm in heaven. Yeah, well, you put all of us in hell because of it. I've never seen greed like this. I've never seen avarice quite like this outside of the Bible or other similar religious texts. And to foreshadow what's coming, some of the comments are like, Spamton plush being crucified in the next room. Oh my god, that one is rough. Like, they literally just hung him in the public square, man. That's like old 1600s ass executions. You used to have to buy tickets to go to them shits, man. And I want you to keep an eye on that. This was day 9 for this person. Spamton Destroyer 9000. I've never seen a more malicious name in my life. How did CPS let you get custody of that poor thing? Taking off the glasses, folding them up, leaning them back on the pillow. Just over there, he's nice and cozy. He gets pets in a little image with a fucking 2015 Instagram filter on it. It's not fair, man. I need to find this one video somebody made that just made my eyebrows shoot into my goddamn head when I first watched it, because there was like something Sistine Chapel about what was being put in front of my eyes. Just so you know, the TikTok I'm struggling to find, I'm looking for it under the term Spamton crucified. Okay, from Spulchin at Spulchin List, this is what I was thinking of. Foreshadowing, this image has never been more real. Like, the the Sonic 06 Mephiles theme practically started playing in my ears. They didn't give us 6 seconds of enjoying Ralsei being taken care of before jumping into Passion of the Christ 2. Oh my god, the close-up of his face in the deepest layer of hell upon a pile of bodies, thousands dead in the Crusades to make this possible. He did not kill them. They all went there in an effort to stop them, and they barely pulled it off, man. That shit is absurd. Let's look at some moments of individual torture towards Spamton while we're here, why don't we? Ben Animates was the main culprit behind the streak of just finding new ways to completely Geneva abuse their kid. Today's torture, rock throwing. Dude, it keeps coming back to the biblical shit. He's getting stoned in the public square. Just sped up montage of you throwing rocks at the damn thing. Why not? Why not? Sure. Like, you saw the state it was in before all of this. I don't know how its face remained intact. Grabs the guy straight from the head, right by the cranium, not by the neck because he doesn't have one. And without checking if there was metal inside the actual plushie, he's like, you're going to the microwave. If it kills me too, it'll be worth it. The drawn-on watch is a nice touch. Dude, put on some goddamn hiking shoes if you're gonna stomp the shit out of something, man. Any stomp you do on that thing should be living and indent the shape of your footprint in their head, man. Day 10 of beating up my Spamton plush until he's destroyed. Today's torture, drowning. Like, that's straight up waterboarding, man. I've done that to myself, you know, for a bit. Wouldn't recommend it. It's not incredibly enjoyable. This is the shit they were doing in Guantanamo. They were calling enhanced interrogation tactics. It concerns me, all the things they've done in the days prior to this, because of the color of that water. There is shit oozing out of that creature. And now, I would just go and check, but the thing is, Bananamates is not in this for, like, some kind of trend. You can't just go buy new on their channel page and expect to see the days as they unfold. They did this 2 years ago. This was purely for the love of the game. Like, look at this fucking thing, man. Look at what happened to him. He looks like an uneaten birthday cake that was left in the fridge for 7 days. Now, with it becoming a talking point in recent weeks, there was a slingshot in people's sentiment to the opposite direction, where some people decided that, you know what, I'm gonna treat my Spamton plush nice. Unfortunately, this was the first instance of that I could find. If you feel like you're walking in on something you shouldn't see, you're right. I thought the most sensual thing in that was going to be like cupping your hand over the tip, then grabbing it, and then like they just drop all pretense and start fingering the fucking thing. I'm very scared. Why is he naked? I just realized he doesn't usually look like that. He is naked. They took his fucking clothes off. Luckily, there was much more easy to consume ones because I don't want to see this character in pain 24/7, however he may be morally in the actual media. Torture is bad, so they gave him an iPad to watch. They're at least raising them like a standard parent would a child now. Ralsei is getting spoiled to high heaven. At least Spamton gets something that gets him out of his parents' hair.
Day 3 of treating my Spamton plushie well.
The money roll baby sensory, like the Coco Melon shit, but it's just stacking bands, is so funny. And you know, kudos to I Love Spamton. They didn't do this because of the recent influx of Deltarune stuff. We were on this bitch over a year ago, you gotta give it to them. And in the same way, there's been a response to Spamton hate with a upswell of love. Ralsei has gotten it in the opposite direction, though probably not as strong. I want you to watch what one Spamton plush owner did. They filled the thing full of liquids, you know, drenched it in there and threw it at a wall. It smacked it against the tree, among other things. You'd usually only see this happening to a Spamton plush. I used to have this Lois Griffin plush that I used to pour milk on and suck the milk back out of, and it was sopping wet all the time. I used to slam it against walls and it would make a loud thud. If you guys don't know, that was a list of actions that Toby Fox had Tenna encourage us to do in one of the recent chapters of Deltarune, and somebody took that very literally. Fill him with liquid, throw him against the wall, a comment reads. Things are happening to Ralsei plushes that have never happened before. The thing is, like, this person only half committed. They didn't take him outside and start pouring milk on the bitch. It just doesn't get the same type of support that Spamton abuse does. Ralsei's abuse will not be tolerated. That's like a goddamn Call of Duty quote they're pulling out, and I don't even know if they know that's where that comes from. Don't hurt him. All fun and games till he starts growing mold. The thing is, this Ralsei plush owner is not doing this out of genuine vitriol for the thing they have been put in charge of the life of. They did it for a bit, then they cleaned him and put him in the dryer, and now he's chilling. They didn't commit to just fucking destroying the thing and eventually throw throwing it out when it becomes like literally a biohazard. We're gonna end on one last bit of Ralsei appreciation because I don't want to end on just all this fucking Hague-worthy discussion being done onto a very, very underserved community. Plushies. Just chained to the plushie, man. He don't even know what he's doing. Look at his face. He doesn't have a goddamn clue what he's putting people through. The lengths they're going. There's nothing behind those eyes. Ay, man. That's all I got for this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like. Remember that kwytebox email's in the description if you guys have any video topics to send me. Anyways, piss off.